following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
The 1420 Sports Bar Podcast, for beer sports, talking a whole lot more. Episode number 371 on this 5th day of February 2024. Tonight's show, as always, brought to you by SeatGeek.com and the SeatGeek app. Use promo code 1420pod at SeatGeek.com today and save yourself $20 on your first purchase. Remember, we are part of the Belly Up Media Network. Go to BellyUpSports.com for all their great articles and other podcasts. And Dave and I will be joining the Belly Up Super Bowl show, 7:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Check your local listings. We'll be on there on Saturday or Sunday morning, bright and early before the Super Bowl gets going, before we start cooking food and all the other stuff's got going on. And thank you for everybody who's been makes us a part of their day each and every day from all of us here at 1420 World Headquarters. Make sure you go over on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel today, and it just helps out the show a little bit. Dave, we thought we were out of it, man. I thought, I had a little, you know what? It's getting to that part of the year. The left or right, it's going to be okay. And then Saturday afternoon, night, the green grass and everything else, she got covered up with some white stuff.
There was Mother Nature left a pretty daunting chore for me and the boy come Sunday morning. A good 8 to 10 inches of the white stuff, and it was heavy. That was hell.
Yeah.
Now that you're not living in a gated community, you got to drag your ass out and do it yourself
fuck
too.
it, because I had to go to the baseball celebration of baseball over at the lodge. It started to snow then. And then Sunday morning, woke up and I had to go to do the umpire clinic on Sunday morning. And I said, so it was just, did it before I went. And it was still snowing when I got back. So it's like, fuck me. So it's twice in 3 hours. It's not a big deal. It's not huge, but it's like, fuck. I just don't like doing it.
Twice in 3 hours, you're right. It's not that big a deal, but it's way more than zero in 2 months.
Like, I'd rather not.
Yeah. Well, who would? I pay the fool. And I got a question on that note too. Then, do you guys got the garage empty enough that you park in the garage now? Or?
Oh yeah, that's not a problem.
Oh, okay, now that's big because then
no scraping the windows and clean the car off. Though that was one of my first. That was one of my first things with the old GG. There was like, let's get this thing so we get the car inside here and it's done. Because it's a garage, and garages are for cars, not for storage.
Yeah.
They're a combination too, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Like, it's one of those things. Dave, I went and tried something different tonight. What do you got going in your hand tonight? Like, what are you drinking?
Well, I bought a Phillips Brewery mixer pack. So the one
we haven't done this in a while. A little conversation about our beers.
No, I noticed you were kind of reading yours up. Mine's called a Mojo Mango Orange Gose. It's kind of nice. It's a little fruity, more summery than I thought the pack was, but it's good. I kind of like it. How about you? What do you?
I got my best friend's girl Coach style ale from the Establishment Brewing in Calgary, Alberta, is what I'm running with tonight. I saw something a little bit different over at the beer stores. Let's try one of those tonight. Try a 4-pack of those and see how they go down. The 4-pack might be just a 1-pack, and then give the rest to Deanne. Who knows?
Well, she has her sales meetings and stuff like that, and also I got myself a little snacky wacky.
Oh, little how's the righteous felon jerky? Not bad.
It's delicious. This this one's called the Maryland Monroe Hickory Smoke Show with a kiss of Chesapeake crab sauce.
There you go.
And it's nice. Like, it's done the way I like it. Still a little bit of moisture in there.
Yeah.
Not a ton. And then for later on, I got myself an OG Hickory meat stick. Kind of hot rod. I'm gonna.
Fucking look at us, couple of pair of sellouts, but whatever. Thanks to our friends over at righteousfelon.com and the Belly Up network sponsor there for all they do for us for the network and the show. Dave, the big game is this week. I don't know if we're allowed to say Super Bowl. I don't know if people are going to be censoring us for saying the Super Bowl, but I'll just keep saying Super Bowl because the big game is a lot of different things. But it's going on this week. But right off the bat, on Monday morning, Gary, right off the bat, conspiracy theories were going on all last week with Swifty and the Democrats, Republicans, all that. We won't get into that at all unless it just kind of rolls into that. But the big thing today was the field conditions for the 49ers at the practice facility over at UNLV. The field conditions are less than I don't even want to say they're subpar at best. From what I read, they're downright awful. And then because in the Kansas City is at the Raiders facility because of the AFC, NFC, and that's how it all works out. How does it get to this point when you have a multi-billion-dollar, like billion with a B, with a multi-billion-dollar industry with a multi-billion-dollar game? So that's how much money we're dealing with. One game creates a lot of money. And the game is secondary. I understand that, but the game still has to happen. How does the NFL fuck this up?
Really makes you wonder, because you got to think, in a place like Vegas, you got a lot of time to make sure you have a proper field. And from what I read,
well, they've had over 2.5, 3 years since they were awarded the Super Bowl. So they've had that much time, actually.
Yep, and there has to be, like, from what I read, the UNL they put some sod over top of some real grass turf over top of a concrete astroturf at the UNLV facility, and this was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
like I ain't no horticulturist, but I know that ain't gonna fucking work in the Las Vegas heat. And so the article I read said a field is rated out of 100, and minimal passing standards is when a field rates as a 70. And this field that the Niners are practicing on is around a 50. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do if I was San Francisco, but I am fucking raising hell like crazy.
Well, and that's the thing is that the Chiefs get to play in the stadium, the Allegiant Stadium, I think it's called, in Vegas there. So it's all like, first off, they're not moving across city back and forth and everything else, right?
No, it's at the Raiders practice facility, which is
practice facility. Okay,
yeah.
So
which is pristine and beautiful. I saw pictures of it. It's so pimpy.
What I would do if I was like you're saying, I don't know what you would do if you were the 49ers management staff or whatever you want to be. I would say, you know what? Fix this, not now, but right now, or we're leaving. Because it's only an hour flight. We're leaving Las Vegas and all this other shit because the game actually means something to these 80 guys on the roster.
Yeah, we got a practice facility an hour flight away.
We got an hour flight away. We'll come back on Friday when we're all moving over to Allegiant Stadium. Get this fixed now, not now, right now. Either we're moving into Allegiant today or we're going home. Pretty simple. Like, really, actually, it's that simple.
It is that simple. And like, what are you gonna do about it? Because, like, cancel the game, fine us, go fuck yourself. It says right here in the contract that this is unacceptable. And like we both said, we knew that we were going to need a second team training facility for
3 years, 4 years,
3 years now. Yeah, get fucked. What about your media day? Here's the address.
All right.
You can chopper everybody. Rent Marine 1. I don't give a fuck. But we got to get quality practice in, and we're certainly not going to risk injury to our players the week of the game that we've worked all year for.
Yeah, and that's a shitty thing, is that the game, like, two people, I don't want to say to football people, but to two people in general, the game is secondary. It really is. Let's not sugarcoat that at all. Like, there'll be more eyeballs on it than all season long. Other than that game 2 weeks ago with the Bills and the Chiefs, where there's 50 million people watching that game. So it'll be above that because people just like the Super Bowl. It's one of those things. It's an event, and on the parties, on it goes. So the game is secondary, but the game isn't secondary to those 80 guys, and the game isn't secondary to that franchise, and the game isn't secondary to the actual fan base of the 49ers. And to have subpar facilities, and then giving the 49ers bulletin board material that, well, we're already defeated in this one, to give them a negative thought process already, because sports is hard, right? And the negativity breeds negativity. And if you get that kind of a negative thing and giving guys an excuse no matter what level of a human being you are, if you give a person an excuse, they'll take that excuse, right?
Yeah, you're right. It's I don't think any of them are. They're going to try and brush it off, But like if you can't do what you want to do, and if you're just not in that right mindset, that might be the thing that costs your team the game, right? Or if your fucking joints are sore because you're running on dirt on fucking concrete, right? You're
Yeah.
used to. I gotta imagine
Because
that
there was a hardness factor, something that I read. There was something, yeah, that it was just
yeah.
that would be hard in joints, everything else, and the training staff, and like you want to, it should be a level playing field. It should be a level playing field going into that game on Sunday. Like
Yes.
whatever, like especially because it's indoors, so everything should be exactly the same the week leading up to it. Maybe they don't have LED lights in the one room, but they have LED. But the field itself and everything else should be pristine, the same conditions as what they're going to be playing on Sunday. I don't think that's too much to ask.
Yeah, and the same conditions, but equal practice facilities to the person that you're, the team that you're playing against, because no one expects UNLV to have the same kind of facilities that the Vegas Raiders have, especially the Vegas Raiders that only being a 2-year-old facility. Of course, it's going to be state of the art. Of course, it's going to be really nice. Maybe if it's in New Orleans, someone uses the Saints practice facility, but you know what? LSU's might be just as nice and maybe even nicer. Or
Well,
if it's in Atlanta
and
some
see
right?
that's what I'm kind of getting at here, Dave. Like, what's the why? How could that be missed? And let's just say even for let's not blame the NFL, but this is the NFL's fault completely. But maybe like after the 49ers won last week, shouldn't somebody been on the fucking on a little on a Legionnaire, jumping on an airplane, going over to Vegas and saying, "Hey, this doesn't quite cut her, man." Like,
Yeah, how does this surprise
like how did it drop through all the cracks to today, like or last night or whatever it was? Like it's been a week.
Oh yeah, it'd be like one of those things where you see in the movie where the like Clark Griswold and the family gets to the
Gets to Wally World, it's closed.
well, not to Wally Girl, to that hotel with the pool
Oh yeah,
pond and all that stuff. Drop the keys and fucks off, and you turn around and like, hey, where's the NFL guy that just gave us the keys?
yeah.
Like, oh fuck, just doing my job. Burns
Yeah.
out. like someone knew they were getting fucked, and for San Fran to walk into getting fucked, like you just said, they have to have advanced teams that know and well, just to set up their shit, right? Because they got to set up shit in the meeting rooms. They got to set up their.
They started
iPads.
practicing today, or they doing whatever today. I don't know. I didn't give a fuck. I won't care until Friday. But guaranteed, they were bringing in the trucks. They're bringing in the stuff, all the stuff this week, because they've been moving in, right? So let's say on Saturday, there must have been some crony saying, "Hey, boss, you better come take a look at this."
Yeah, like I can tell from here that field looks like shit. If that field's half as bad as it looks,
because like if like when you get to like you go to a baseball game, like you walk out in the field and you look, because that's one of the first things you do. Like for me personally as an umpire, every time I go to a game, I walk in the field when the players are hitting batting practice or something else, and you go, okay, well this is that, and that's this, and or I do before anybody's on the field. Are you telling me not one person from that fucking 49ers staff took a walk on the field and went, hey, you know what? This is pretty cool. And they went, oh, this isn't very cool. Like it's something seems off.
yeah, it does. Well, the fact, I guess, it's just the press isn't there, so the team knew, and maybe yesterday was their first day to actually set foot on the turf. And then that's why it was a story first thing Monday morning, because it's for that to be a Monday. Let's lead off our Super Bowl coverage by saying how shitty and how the field is that the San Francisco 49ers have to practice on. and that leads your day, first day on Super Bowl week.
Well, and what that does, Dave, is it just feeds into that fucking the conspiracy theories that the NFL has been trying to avoid. It feeds into conspiracy theories that I don't want to get into the political thing, but it's just but the Swifty Bowl and everything else, and Travis Kelce and all that. If it was the other way around, you probably oh well. But because it's the Chiefs have the better facility right now. There's media outlets will say, well, the Chiefs were guaranteed. The fix is in. The fix is in, which the NFL has been trying to avoid. And we've talked about, like, I remember with the one last year that was a bit insane, and then now this one, and then now so if you don't want these conspiracies, because you can find conspiracies anywhere, but like the ones that are obvious, make sure you take care of the little shit.
Yeah,
because if you take care of the little shit, the big shit take care of itself. And that's with life in general, right? So if the NFL doesn't want all this bullshit, or maybe they do, I don't know, because it's good for like publicity, nothing draws a crowd like a crowd, and everything else, and on it goes. But man, you hope no one gets hurt leading up to it because of the field conditions, and you would think at this day and age, with everything that's been done with field turf, and it's not like playing at fucking Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh in 1978. Like, it's not AstroTurf, right?
it's not the vet. Yeah,
It's not the Vet in Philadelphia. It's not all those fucking cookie cutter stadiums. What was the one in Cincinnati? Okay, it doesn't much.
Three Rivers.
Yeah. So it's
No,
not
Riverfront. That was
Riverfront. There was Three Rivers, Pittsburgh, Riverfront, and they're
they
all
all
the
have
exact same stadium.
circle, yeah.
They're the same cookie cutter. Here, done. Like, you would think by now they would have this fucking figured out, and like how the game is not the game is just kind of a little disturbing to me, because it's not like it's hockey where, of course, Edmonton, the ice is going to be better than it is in Tampa. It's just, that's just what it is. But the NHL's done a very good job with the people who take care of fields or take care of the ice to make sure that the temperature, and they try to make things all the same. They have a fully full-time team that takes care of ice all over the league. But no one's dumb enough to think that the ice in fucking Edmonton's going to be worse than the ice in Tampa. Like, that's just what it is, right? But they make it really close, and then you practice in the same ice and everything else. Now, a lot of these teams have practice facilities that they make sure that that's the same too, right? So, what a miss! Like,
well,
it's a miss. It's a miss.
It tells me, and every time something like this comes up, Commissioner, what the fuck's his name again?
Goodell.
Commissioner Goodell doesn't give one good goddamn about the quality of play or the or player safety, because they bitch. Like, how many times have we read articles this year about the field at MetLife? Yeah, about how players are getting hurt there. The field that the Super Bowl was played on, that's all the players from Philly wanted to bitch about last year. Like, how the shitty turf was, like, we couldn't rush, get a proper pass rush with this shitty field. I think I was 3-4 years ago, they actually had to cancel the fucking preseason Hall of Fame Bowl because the field was so bad. And the players said, like, fuck this, we're not playing on that. And we're talking second and third stringers now. Like, if he just doesn't give one good goddamn, he'll fire the guy who had this job and then hires someone's fucking cousin to take over that job for next year. And you know what? He'll go out and do his thing and get his glad handing and take his 6-figure salary and not give a fuck.
And then you can't think owners would be happy about it either, because the investment that they have in these guys' legs and these, yes, I know they're not guaranteed contracts, on and on it goes, but the money that they can bring in when they win, right? So that the owners can't be happy if something goes sideways. But the owners employ Goodell. So it's such a fucking twisted fucking web of shit.
Yeah. Just fucking billions of dollars, like, and that's what's more important to you, like a couple injuries here or $1 billion? Well, $1 billion, but if we can take 0.1% of that and actually pretend to give a fuck about playing conditions, I'd be okay with that, Commish.
Why can't all the setup and the things, rehearsals, I guess, but for whoever's playing the fucking halftime show and the pregame show and the postgame show. So you got to do all that shit at the stadium, and then you have guys cheating because you can't fucking like with the Belichick thing from how many years ago and the whatever gate that one was. Like I guess you can't just have it at Allegiant. To me that would be the simple fix is to have both teams just practicing at the stadium that they're playing in.
But you can't do that because you don't want that field getting worked on, right?
But
you can't.
but it's not real grass there either. It's just fucking.
I believe it is. I believe it is. I believe it is real grass.
Well, they wheel it out, wheel it in, wheel it out.
That's my understanding. I don't know that for a fact, but that's what I believe it is.
Jesus, there's got to be a way. Then get two of them.
Something, yeah. You know, like if
have two of them.
Yeah, have two. There's this really cool video I saw. I want to say it's Barcelona, their stadium, and it's just fucking ridiculous. The field for that, it actually drops down and the roof comes over top, but then they have halogen lights and fucking shit. So like they don't even that's how they water it. Like they water it subterraneously. It's really, really cool.
Like really have two of them. Like have the one that goes down, slide one out. Like there's technology and there's lots of money.
Oh yeah,
there's
the
lots of money
there. You know, and the owners, you know, like it's not like Lloyd Christmas is paying for all that fucking shit, right? The casino owners and whoever and the taxpayers are paying for all that shit at Allegiant Stadium. So put some more shit on that wish list. Let them figure it out.
Actually, speaking of Vegas and the stadiums and stuff, the Teachers Association, they put a block somehow something on the money is supposed to go to the A's, $325 million. I just heard on the way back from the beer store tonight that that money's been blocked. I mean, it's not a baseball thing we're talking about right now, but that money that the A's were hoping for that stadium, it's under she's on hiatus right now.
And then our good friend, our resident fact checker, Tim Monteith put out last week that Salt Lake City wants the A's to come and play there until their new barn is ready in Las Vegas. So maybe
just increase that stadium by about 6,000 seats and leave them there forever. Really?
Yep.
Really? Yeah. Really? Why not?
Why not?
And it's still fucking 14,000 more than they were getting every night of the week, anyways.
Yeah, and how's your beer sales gonna look there, fucking owner over in SLC?
Yeah, that won't be much of a moneymaker. The beer sales to my we shouldn't. Who knows?
I gotta guess they're gonna sell a lot more. Well, they can't sell iced tea. They can't sell Coke. They can't. You're gonna have a shit crowd on Sundays.
There are some issues and grievances there. We might not know the ins and outs of the what goes on in Salt Lake, but it's one of those. We have an idea. I
have a very good idea. Yeah,
a very good idea.
No one, none of the teams in the NBA have a fucking red circle around SLC as their road trip of choice.
Toronto's one of their big ones, eh?
They love going to Toronto, and the hockey boys love going to Montreal.
Yeah, it's crazy. So Super Bowl week that got up to that, it's just one of those things throughout the week. There's always going to be storylines, everything else going on. But I just wish the NFL wouldn't feed to the operative and the conspiracy theories because it always feeds into that side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No matter what.
And now it gives them an excuse. And you know what? Like if San Fran loses a player, I would definitely consider launching a lawsuit. I'm saying, like, you know, if we had better conditions, this wouldn't have happened.
If it's not fixed by it's 8:27 Mountain Standard Time right now here on a Monday night, if this isn't fixed by 8:27 a.m. on Tuesday morning, if I'm Shanahan, I'm grabbing my team. We're going back to fucking San Fran. Yep. We'll be back Friday.
Yep. See you Friday, Teach.
Simple. And the reporters want to come. You can come here. Whatever contracts, we'll pay the fines. This game means a lot to these 40 or 80 guys plus the fan base. This game means more than the money you're going to make to these guys. And this is the guys that we went to war and battle. But like this is actually like I kid all the time about war and battle when it comes to NFLers. But
to these guys,
when they got to this point, they may never get back there again. And it's something they've been fighting for forever, right? Since they were playing Pop Warner football, since they were 5 years old. Some of these guys may never get the chance again. And it would almost be a disservice if the 49ers brass didn't go back to San Francisco if it doesn't get fixed by tomorrow morning. It would be it would be a disservice to their team.
I 100% agree. Like, it's either like, okay, so where are we practicing tomorrow? Well, here, why don't we check this out? Okay, boys, back to the off to the airport.
We're jumping on the jet.
It's not fixed. You know, you're going to waste another fucking day of our fucking practices testing out different facilities, seeing if we like this, seeing if we
driving back and forth and buses and things and stuff.
I know what fucking works. The one at Palo Alto or whatever the fuck that place is. Yeah. Like, so get bent. You should have done this the first time. If you don't like it, go fuck yourself. Fly your reporters here.
Like, obviously the NFL fucked this up, but you got to put a little bit of blame on the 49ers for not doing a little bit of pregame scouting prior to going. Like it's one of those things.
Yeah, I agree with you. You got to think that there's someone whose job it is to figure that out. The traveling, maybe it's Costanza, the assistant to the traveling secretary or something like that.
It sounds like something he would fuck up for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't give Costanza an important job.
What other storylines? We'll get off the football thing. Caller, I couldn't take a little break here in a second here, but what's other storylines you are catching your eye? You're following a little bit this week.
As to the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I apologize. I didn't know a question was happening. I just had a bite of this OG Hickory righteous felon meat snack. There you go. I was too busy savoring to really understand. I'll be honest with you. I kind of shut off because it was a nothing sports weekend. It was the NFL All-Star Game. It was the NFL Pro Bowl. And Super Bowl doesn't start till this week. So I just kind of took a little break from the headlines until
there was a Pro Bowl.
Yeah, the Pro Bowl was this weekend too.
I did not know. Yeah. I knew. I shouldn't say I didn't know. I know it happens. I didn't know it happened
in Orlando.
Actually, on Friday night over at BP's, I did see for like 40 seconds a skills competition. I saw a center, like a long snapper, trying to put it through a target, and then I just tuned it out of my head. I forgot all about that. Yeah, that's how relevant that is.
Oh, for sure. And then I took full advantage, right? Kaylee and I went over to a friend's house, played cards, didn't get home till 2 a.m. Might have drank too much. I still had to go to work on Saturday, and I was pretty tired on Saturday afternoon. Went to bed early, and Sunday just fucking did shit. Didn't even turn on the TV until it was last night. For Saturday night's movie night, we watched Air Force One with the boy this week. We're trying to bang off a couple of the classics. Remember that one? Harrison Ford?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Yeah. Get off my plane. What's the last line?
See, I like. We'll go to a break here in a second here, Dave. But it kind of feeds into my thought process about all these people who pretend to watch football. NFL. Just hear me out before you fucking snap at me. Who honestly watched the Pro Bowl on Sunday?
I listened to our friend Fan in the Van, and he said he didn't watch all of it, but he watched a bit, and according to him, he found it mildly entertaining. So there's one, and that's it. So I don't know. Like I say, I'm a huge NFL fan. Everybody knows that, and I could give a fuck. I don't care.
When I was out and about, and then I came home, and then we went to Fort McLeod yesterday and came back. There was crickets about the fucking Pro Bowl. Nothing.
And us being Canadians, we have to hear about the NHL All-Star Game, right? Like, because that.
But there was nothing.
Nothing.
I totally forgot that was even a thing yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know. I know they play some flag football. I know they have some skills competition, but that's it. That's all I know. I don't know.
We watched the Grammys last night.
Oh, how'd that go?
Joni Mitchell from Fort McLeod sang.
I
That
saw
was-
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Tracy Chapman blew the dust off it. She
Yeah.
sounded really good.
Tracy Chapman sang a song that should
Yeah.
have never been remade because it's the same song. It was nice.
I say exactly note for note.
Note for note, word for word, nothing changed. No reason to redo it because and actually they play Tracy Chapman's song all the time on one of the stations here in town anyway. So why this guy felt the need to make the exact same thing, I don't know, but whatever. It was entertaining. It was all right. And it was all right. Billy Joel to finish it off was actually really good.
Yeah,
Like
I saw that.
It was
Yeah.
it was a really good song. Like it was good. Like it was
Yeah.
it was almost it almost put a lump in the old throat. It was good. Yeah.
That's a really good Billy Joel song that I kind of forget every now and then.
Yeah, no, Billy Joel's solid. He's solid.
Yeah.
Like just he's no, it was really good. Anyways, the 1420 Sports Bar podcast. Actually, you know what? Let's do a prediction. It's Monday. Who are you picking?
I think KC's gonna win, but I'm gonna say 49ers. 49ers are gonna win. They're gonna overcome adversity.
Bad grass.
Bad grass. Yeah.
Is there such a thing anymore?
As bad grass. Well, not in our neck of the woods. No. No. When it has a government sticker on it, you know it's gonna be good grass.
Yeah, because if you don't like the grass over there, there's a place right next door with different grass.
There's 100 strains here and there's 100 strains there. You know, pill form, gummy form, brownie form, drink form.
There shouldn't be. That's the name of the show. There should never be bad grass.
Ain't no excuse for getting bad grass. That's exactly. It's their fault. So you're like you said, San Fran. It's your fault. You got this bad grass.
You got bad grass.
You got bad grass. Figure it out.
Come to Canada. It's legal right across the country. Yeah.
You bet. You can have
no
any
such thing
kind
as
of
bad grass in Canada. The 1420 Sports Bar podcast. 4 Beer Sports talking a whole lot more. Tonight's show is brought to you by SeatGeek.com and the SeatGeek app. Use promo code 1420pod at SeatGeek.com today and save $20 on your first purchase over there at SeatGeek. And and be responsible. Don't
be responsible.
Get bad grass.
And don't if you get bad grass, that's on you.
It's on you. It's on you. 100%.
It's on you.